behalf of Blue Crystal, on behalf of Blue Crystal Literary Magazine, I welcome Miss Sherry E. Kayupan for the launch ceremony of her book, Sweetful Thoughts, Sweetly Dreams, or Sweetly Poems. The book was published on the 27 December 2024, and the anthology consists of love poetry, romantic poetries, and the poetries belong to the contemporary era. I want to thank Ms. Sherry E. Kayupan for her unlimited supports and contribution for our magazine known as Blue Crystal Literary Magazine. And I cannot express how much we are honored to get her for the publication of our book, and she chooses us our magazine. So without not further delay, I would like to congratulate Miss Sherry, and I would
Thank you,
like to
thank you.
ask you some questions. That how do you feel,
Of
madam?
course. I'm happy. I'm happy that my book is already out, and I wish that a lot of more people maybe would buy if somebody already bought one of my books, one of my already out books.
Okay. And what was the inspiration to compose the Sweetful poems?
Well, yeah, well, mainly my family, my friends, and my past lovers back then. I've had several ones and quite great experience with them, and well, some heartaches, some happy happenings, but well, mostly heartaches. Anyway, never mind. Never mind about that.
So you also have a good place in the field of short story also. And but why have you chosen the romantic poetry or the love poetry? Uh, f- uh,
Um, Romantic poetry, because I think poetry is very versatile and it's very interesting to write about, and anybody can just about write about any associations to love, and romance, that's just about it.
mm. Yes, yes. We also appreciate your thoughts that you are thinking about the
Yeah,
modern, that the concept of love is very much
yeah,
popular nowadays.
yeah.
So I would like to ask you
Yeah.
one question that how did you, when did you start your journey of literature?
um I started it back in December 2015. That was my very first time, and I actually joined this poetry community called poemsandquotes.com. And
Mm-hmm.
uh, got a couple of wins there and some honorable mentions, but the only prize is just an e-publication online. So there are no really monetary prizes for that, rather, for that. Mm, mm,
Yes, yes.
mm.
And uh, what was the best poem that you have included in your book, Sweetful Thoughts?
Um, I think it's The Road, because it just mainly talks about love and money in the mix, and it actually goes through a journey that is actually uh very progressive, and actually it actually uh explains the many associations of love and money, about its maybe downfalls or many progresses like those. Okay.
And what genre, which genre you would like to
Okay.
write, which genre you would like to write? Like in the poetry there are several genre, genre, genre. Like in
Genre.
lyric is,
You want,
yes,
well,
genre or genre. Like
genre.
in there is a, yes,
Mainly,
like there is a
it's okay
lyric,
with me.
there is a elegy, there is
I
a
mainly love about writing about love. Just love
yes,
mainly, but
means
I've
lyric poem
actually
you like. You
Yeah,
like to write?
I've actually written some flash fiction or short fiction stories. Like I submitted to other
Mm-hmm.
websites,
Mm-hmm.
and that poem. What poem is that? What I wrote in Sweetful Thoughts. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yes. Okay. And
what is that? What?
what was your feeling when you first published your book? When you
Um.
came to, you said that you came in the field of literature. One second. Yes.
Um.
One second. One second.
Yeah. I am. I was very elated when it got published, and I was actually excited about the book sales already. So we're talking about. I'm really excited for monetary. You know what? Monetary. What do you call
Okay.
that? Profit. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay.
Wouldn't be excited about. Okay.
So I would like to ask you one more question. That is that what is your
Okay.
plan in upcoming years in the field of literature, in the field of books,
Um.
in the field of
Well,
writing?
this is about it. I already told you earlier about me. I mean, I'm planning about humor tank poems, which I thought would be maybe more. It would actually maybe be saleable, I suppose, if I would write about humor tank poems, which I'm good as well. So even if sometimes they are actually kind of like too, but not really explicit, but kind of like very vulgar. But well, I just have to keep the words like hidden. You know, you don't have to be blatant. So I just have to keep them. Maybe like sort of like censoring the words if I make them a manuscript sometime. So I'm planning that. Can't wait already to write that because maybe that will sell more than serious love poems, which I actually write a lot as well.
And have you got any kind of royalties or any kind of appreciation, right? Reward, award, or something like that?
Award. I haven't. Well, it was just about. It was on Poems and Quotes, and that was the only award is only an e-publication on
Mm.
e-publication, so it's an electronic publication. So that's just about mainly what I received,
Have you
even though
received
I
any
won
copies of
science
any
and
copy of your book?
performances.
Right, the any book, hard copy or something?
I haven't bought one yet, but if I got money, then I'll buy, or maybe I'll buy
No, no,
from
no,
you.
not. I'm not
Because
asking about
see,
the
you give me
buying your
discount
own
anyway,
book.
so
I'm just
maybe
no, no.
sometimes if got money, I've got money, I'll buy from you.
Madam, I'm not asking about the to buy a book from us or buy a book from other source. I'm just saying that have you got any complimentary copy from any of the publisher in which you have published your work?
Yeah, I haven't yet. I wish I had one. I haven't yet. It's just too
Mhm.
bad.
Let us see. And how much you are excited to be part of the magazine that is known as Blue Crystal Literary Magazine?
How am I? What is that again? What was
How
that
much
question
you
again?
excited to be the part of the Blue Crystal Literary Magazine in upcoming years?
Um, well, I sure hope that I still have some, if I would have a publishing press to ask about to publish my new works, new books someday, just in case. Well, but I still choose you guys because you're Blue Crystal Lit, and of course, as you told me, you said you are best awarded, one of the best awarded publishing press ever, I
Yes, we
suppose.
are we are a registered brand. We are not only an
Mhm.
rewarded brand, we are a registered brand. We are a government society. As per the laws of
Okay.
1988 Copyright Patent and Design Act,
Mm.
we are a government agency and we are a charitable trust and we are a free magazine. Blue Crystal Literary
Okay.
Magazine
That's good.
Never charge, neither charges
Absolutely good.
anyone for submission nor for publication. We never charge for submission or publication of book. And we provide every author, every publisher 50% of the royalty, and
Yeah.
the opportunities, and the e-copies, soft copies, and hard copies also, and free. And we also provide the support for upcoming journey in the field of literature.
Okay.
And we are also aiming to provide this platform for the every soul who is thirsted in the English literature. We are here to support everyone. Now I would like to ask you one more question, that is, how how do you see your life?
How do I see my life now?
Yes, yes.
Of course, well, I see my life as normal still, even if I do get book sales, and of course, it's still the same old me. You know, and I wish better living, if just in case that because I'm not really rich, my family's not rich. We're just average. We just have average living, so it's about it. My gosh, thank you.
Okay. Very well said. You have said that we should be simple in our world. We should think on simple living, high thinking. That should be our policy. And how do you see the term imagination in the works?
How do I see imagination in the book?
In
Is
your
that
work, in your poem, in your short story?
imagination? Well, I just mainly thought about love and in and basing on my past relationships with lovers
Mhm.
back then, or even with my loved ones. This is just about what I actually thought about when I wrote uh, my poems.
Okay. Okay. Very
Yeah.
well. Very well. And we feel honored to have you with us today. And we are also asking you one more question, that
Okay.
that is that what would be your next project? What would be your next project apart from poetry? What would be your next project?
My next project would be, I think, is either if I will make I already have written like a few of my past poems, and they weren't really like that polished, but I wish, well, I hope they would still sell. Or maybe I just write about um a manuscript on humor tag of poems, which I thought is actually, or maybe both even. So I'm planning on both, just to actually make manuscript again and to submit it to you guys. So I'm really excited for my, yeah.
Yes. And uh, you have said your project, next project. So the my question is that uh, do you think that in fiction and versus non-fiction, do you think that in fiction we should use the fictional elements like imagination, like the world of fantasies, world of dreams, which does not have any reality? And is there any chance to put some elements of real world into a fictional fiction, into a fiction world work, like a fictional short story or
Do I
something?
feel like make fictional story? Oh my gosh, that's really not that's not really my thing. Fictional stories, actually, if you write, like those in pocket books, oh my gosh, so those are very long, and I don't know if I could like really afford to like make like a book like in a month's time or 2 months time, because that's too tiring, and I really don't have the talent for that. So I just mainly have to write about poems that which are actually more easy to write about. rather than fictional stories that are like, pocketbooks, like what Daniel Steele would do, or maybe Stephen King would do. Actually, though patronize Stephen King, Daniel Steele, like those kind of authors, that write fictional stories, fictional story pocketbooks. Those are pretty long, much longer than what I would usually, write, because I'm mainly into writing
Mhm.
poems, yeah, which are a whole lot more easier to accomplish about
Yes,
than
yes, yes.
fictional shorts
Poetry is
or fictional
poetry is
stories
better.
and in books.
Yes, poetry is better than the short
Mm,
stories in some ways, because the poetry has the best uh, power of imagination. In poetry, you can put your imagination in some words,
yeah,
and through some words, you can express your ideology, and you can express your ideology to everyone. So poetry is the good medium in comparison to fiction or a non-fiction. And why have you chosen the title "Sweetful Thoughts"?
well, I actually chose the title "Sweetful Thoughts" because I thought it would be more appropriate for the rather than the rest that I. But actually, I haven't thought any other title for my manuscript, a poem manuscript. So I actually thought that in an instant, and actually hit, like bam, it got to me straight that actually it best be titled that way, because mainly my poems are kind of sweet, and actually they mainly talk about love.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Very good, very good, very good answer. And okay, now we would like to conclude the session because I have asked many questions today, and we are once again thanking you. We are really honored to have you with us, and you have chosen Blue Crystal Literary Magazine.
Yeah.
It is a very good choice,
Yeah.
and we will try to go together in the journey of English literature, and we will
Yeah.
think that we will succeed. And your book may become the bestseller very soon. We are also wishing, we are also wishing that your book may become the bestseller. We will try to do it very soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.